magical star beings, this is Psychic Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading we're going to be taking a look at what do people think when you meet them for the first time. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm now going to show you your crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1 we have Amazonite. And we have the Page of Air. For pile number 2, we have the Shell. And we have the Seven of Water. And for pile number 3, we have this homemade salt crystal. And we have the Star. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you are most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most. And if you are drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition because there may be more messages there for you. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal and the Page of Air, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people think when you meet them for the first time. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Good Tarot and the Astral Realms Oracle deck. So before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear. So even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is up to $99 in savings. Go to trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So let's start out with one oracle card here. So what people think when they meet my pile number ones for the first time. What do they think? So we have Hematite with Root Chakra and Culmination, card 7. At the back of the deck, we have Moss Agate with Heart Chakra and Intention. So what do people think when pile number 1 meets them for the first time? What do people think when pile number 1 meets them for the first time? Spirit guides on my pile number 1s. So we have the 3 of Air. So funny that we see 2 little birds here, and I hear birds chirping in the background. We have the 6 of Fire. We have the Ace of Earth. So what do people think when they meet pile 1 for the first time? We have the 9 of Fire. We have the Queen of Fire. Love that for you. This one's a hidden energy because it didn't want to come out. We have the 5 of Earth. We have the 9 of Water. And lastly, we have the 5 of Fire. At the back of the deck, we have the King of Water. So what I want to say about your pile is when people meet you for the first time, they may think that you are someone quite ethereal. That's what I'm really getting from the card you chose in the Page of Air. Like this very ethereal, yet youthful and beautiful or handsome energies you have. This isn't your physical appearance, but also your energies. I mean, we have the Queen of Wands here, Queen of Fire, which is someone that is very magnetic. This is you, Pile 1. You're very magnetic, and that's what people think when they first meet you. That there's something that draws people towards you. People could think that you're someone that is very conventionally and physically attractive, but you also have a good energy to you that people really like. Your energy comes through very peaceful and calming, soothing and serene is what people think. There's also something very free and youthful about your look and about your energy. Since you chose the Page of Air, people may think you look younger than your age, or people may think you just have this very youthful energy to you where you look very free-spirited in some way. You also look very confident in yourself, and you look like you are gaining a deeper sense of self-love within. Because of that, I will say some, not all, can have some feelings or jealousy towards you with the 5 of Fire. I also see another reason here, which I'll explain in a moment, but I don't think this is everyone. I think this is a small percentage of people. So I just say when you are meeting people for the first time, I think you're very discerning already. You're very open. You're an open book. That's what I'm getting. But you're also not someone that airs out all details about you. I feel like you could be a little bit mysterious in private because of this. And I'm looking at the 3 of Air and her arms covering herself. So I get this vibe of being a little bit discerning and keeping people at a little bit of an arm's length before you let them in. What I just noticed here is these birds all have crowns on them. You could have a regal energy that people see within you when you first meet, where they think there's something very regal and royal about you. And because of this, I think a lot of people put you on a pedestal, and a lot of people kind of just want to speak to you because I'm even hearing the birds in the background, and the air cards are about communication, the mind. So I think because of this, you could play out on a lot of people's minds, even after meeting them. When they go home, it's like you're kind of in their mind for a long time. And they're wondering about you, being very curious about you because you have this mysterious aura to you. But you also have this very protected aura. You're very protected from all jealousy and negative energies. But what I want to say here is like people become very interested in you, very curious where they want to talk to you, where they maybe want to ask you questions, understand you better. And even if they don't specifically ask you questions, I see people wanting to talk to you more, communicate to you more. There's something very free about your energy, free like a bird. And what I'm really getting from this page of air, her wings are so big. She's an angel here. People may think you have a heart that is so beautiful, a heart of gold, and that you could be really sweet like an angel or have an angelic energy to you. But there's also this energy of taking up space because her wings are so big. So people may think you're someone that takes up space, and even though you are still learning with the page of air, you're understanding that it's okay for you to speak your truth, that it's okay for you to protect your energy by setting certain boundaries, especially around strangers. Because I'm getting with you, people are so curious that sometimes people may sometimes overstep boundaries and ask you really personal questions before it's the right time, where they're kind of crossing the line or crossing a boundary. I'm even getting some people that may want to flirt with you with the Queen of Wands. They may want to flirt with you and, like ask you out on a date or try to get to know you in that sense, but then ask you really personal questions that just is uncomfortable in some sense for some of you. That may not resonate for everyone, but yeah, that's what I see. But I also see this energy of people thinking you have strong boundaries and you only show what you want to show in the first meeting, because I think you open up a little bit slower in a sense where it's not like you are having anything to hide. People think you're very much being your authentic self in public and around them for the first time. Where, like I said, you seem very free, but then at the same time, it's like you choose what you want to show. There's that aura of mystery. People may think they like your body. There's something about your body coming through, and you show up in a way that is very poised, glamorous. I'm hearing in charge of yourself, like a lot of self-control. There's an elegant vibe to you that people see when they first meet you. There's something about people also being very drawn to your eyes and liking to look into your eyes when they talk to you. If you ever wear eye makeup for my women or those that do wear makeup, that's something people are really drawn to. But for others of you, if you don't, that's okay. You could just have really good looking eyes or eyes that are nice to look into or nice to look at. But I really see this vibe of self-love. People thinking you have a lot of self-love. But I also think when people meet you for the first time, they think that you inspire a lot of people. Although there are some that have jealousy towards you, you also inspire others, because the Queen of Wands holds up the light. She holds up the flame, and she ignites other people's flames where it has been dimmed. So you're someone that shines bright, even with these stars here. You're someone that shines bright. And even in spaces where people make you feel as if you should hide or stay small because they hide and stay small, and subconsciously it makes them uncomfortable for you to stand out and take up space and really shine. You're igniting their flame, everyone's flame, even if they are jealous, even if they are inspired, because it's like you're teaching them something. Where later on, even the jealous people eventually realize, like, whoa, pile number one taught me something. What do I mean by this? I see them going through their own life, and with the stars here in the Nine of Fire, going through their own life challenges, and maybe sometimes being like, oh, everything comes easily to pile number one. Their life looks so easy because they're just meeting you for the first time, and they're just seeing the outside perspective. But then later on, maybe as they get to know you or as they get to see more in your life, they realize that with the Five of Earth, you may have not had everything all the time. You may have had certain hardships within your own life with the Nine of Wands, which is about challenges. You may have had certain things where not everything was in place or perfect, or the Five of Earth can sometimes be like a lack of stability or a lack of emotional connection. So, not everything was handed to you. And with the root chakra, that reminds me of stability. So, you can take it in what way it resonates with you, but then I see them realizing, oh, pile number one went through challenges too. Oh, maybe they are learning to love themselves deeper. Maybe they didn't always feel this confidence in themselves as much as they look. And maybe like them being jealous of kind of like not a facade you put up, but a facade they put up by putting you on such a pedestal. Because I feel like even those that are jealous of you, they put you on quite a pedestal where it's a facade of you, where it's not the real you, because you're showing the real you, you're authentic to you, but then because they're feeling an insecurity within themselves, they're putting you on such a high pedestal that they think your life is perfect. You know what I mean? So after that, they realize, okay, one star can shine bright, another star can shine just as bright. Why did I say car? Maybe something about a car, your car, their car. I don't know. Yeah, so what I'm really getting from your pile is people think you have this energy where you are always open to learning, where you're very curious. Kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland when she goes down the rabbit holes, 12:21 on the clock. You're very curious. Maybe that's why people have so much curiosity towards you. But you're also maybe someone that has gone through heartbreak or has gone through certain challenges in your life that were not easy, but I think you've learned to free yourself from that, heal yourself from that. And I think that's what people get to see maybe the more they get to know you. People start to see that you're someone that is a big dreamer. I feel a lot of Neptune energy. And this vibe of I'm dreaming up my reality. I'm dreaming big. I'm going towards the place I want to be. I want to create stability in my life, luck in my life, where I go towards and have all the things I wish for and want. So people see you and think you're someone that has an amazing ambition within you, and you're striving for independence, striving for stability within your own life, whether it be financially, in your career, in your home life, in your love life. You have big wishes and you're making sure you go towards that. You're making sure you fight for that in your life. And even if there are challenges, it's like you're staying optimistic through that. You're staying hopeful. People definitely think you're very independent when they meet you for the first time. They also think that you're someone that is having this very uplifting personality, very inspiring personality. There's something about your story that is very inspiring. And there's something about you protecting yourself and having strong boundaries, or at least learning to, and wanting to create stability within your own life in a way where the way you reach towards your own goals is inspiring. You're just a bright light to others, is what I feel here. Your energy comes through quite peaceful, like it's almost like I'm out in nature in the forest, and it's just peaceful. And even in quiet moments when people are around you in silence, some, if they're uncomfortable with silence, I can't speak for them, but Most people feel that being around you just feels peaceful, just feels like you're out in nature, and it just feels like a nice vibe where I don't have to think a lot. I can just be present in the moment. I don't have to worry, just being, you know? A lot of people think they want to get to know the deeper sides of you better. Um, I'm kind of imagining myself being a forest and I'm like wanting to explore this forest. So it's like people want to explore you, understand who you are, the layers of you, unfold back the layers of who you truly are. And lastly, I think people think you have a really good heart. I think people think that you're someone really in tune with your heart and that you have good intentions to all that is around you. So I think there's people that become really trusting of you even when they first meet you because you have this really trusting, wholesome personality. So this is what I have for you, Pal 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose the shell and the 7 of water, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people think when you meet for the first time. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Good Tarot as well as the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle deck. But before I get into your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear. So even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is up to $99 in savings. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your reading. Let's start adding your cards. I heard the song for you. She looks just like a dream, the prettiest girl I've ever seen from a cover of a magazine. So this may be a first meeting of like people that crush on you or someone significant romantically if you have anyone in your life, or any exes. But yeah, I'm really getting that song strongly. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's just a very beautiful song. So there's something very dreamy about the way that you look to people. That's what they think when you meet for the first time. And like the cover of a magazine, maybe people could also think you're very photogenic if you post on social media. So the first card we have is the Five of Fire, but note that because you have such a dreamy vibe, some may get jealous of it. Because you have kind of like a flawless look to you, some people think. And I'm not just trying to hype you up, but I mean, the song literally says she looks like she should be on a cover of a magazine. So spirit guides of my pile number twos, but this is for all genders. Um, may I please look into what do people think when you meet them for the first time? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So what I'm getting from that number, that angel number, is people may think that they want to get to know you and progress more. Spirit guides of pile number 2. What do people think when they meet for the first time? We have the Queen of Earth. We have the Two of Water, all about romantic energies. Like, you see, there's some people that have crushes on you if you're single. Well, even if you're in a romantic connection, people could still crush on you. But I'm really getting here a significant romantic connection if you are in one. So we have the Strength card. We have the Moon. Interesting. I just felt my whole third eye open when I got this card. So you're very intuitive, and I think with the Moon card, you're psychically aware of people's thoughts sometimes in public. I'll get deeper into that in a moment. We have the Six of Air. We have the Two of Fire. And for your last tarot card, we have the Page of Water. I'm now going to go ahead and get your Oracle card. We're going to get one. So we have the Six of Water at the back of the deck. Some of the messages coming through, Six of Cups relates to past energies, maybe what past people have thought before. Straight away, I'm noticing the number 8 and 18 show up. So the number 8 could be significant. The number 6 could also be significant, and 2. Okay. I'm also seeing a vision of Nemo. I'll explain what I see in a bit. Let's just get out your cards. So what do people think when they meet my pile number 2s for the first time? So for your pile, I'm just getting your messages straight away. Okay, we have Black Tourmaline with Pluto and Regeneration, card 11. At the back of the deck, we have Moonstone with Crown Chakra and Transcendence. This is definitely my intuitive pile. You're very connected to your intuition. So yeah, what I want to say is some of the energies coming through are past people and some of them are current. So just discern where to place where. Okay, what I'm really getting from your pile, all of a sudden I started craving coffee or iced coffee. So I don't know if some of you have ever like met someone at Starbucks or like at a coffee shop or gone on coffee dates or something. You know, some lovers may come through, or ex-lovers, or people you've gone on dates with. For some of you, doesn't have to resonate with everyone, but that's just what I'm picking up on. Two of Water could also be people that we become closer to after meeting for the first time. So what I'm really getting from that card is some of the energies could have been people you became friends with or became close to, where they really started vibing with your personality and really started liking you after meeting you, and you started becoming closer. And some of those people could be past people, some of them could be current because I felt a weight on my back. So some are past people. Okay, and what I'm really getting here, I saw Nemo when Nemo was stuck in that fish tank, right? And there were all those other fish, and they tried to escape to Sydney Beach, I think. So that's significant. It's this feeling of feeling trapped in a place. And I don't think this is other people's feelings. I think this is your feelings. This feeling of feeling trapped in a place we don't belong. That is a little bit like we know we don't necessarily belong here. We don't necessarily fit in here. Or we know that we want bigger and better because all those fish, I think a lot of them outgrew that tank in some sense. They wanted to live in the ocean. They wanted a bigger environment. They wanted to think bigger and be in a bigger environment to get more. And the Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups is all about dreaming big to me. And it is that dreamy energy. So people may definitely think you have a very dreamy vibe when they first meet you. But then I also think there is this energy here of dreaming big and certainly outgrowing a few people that were in your life where it felt very much like you were stuck in a place that you outgrew and that you knew there was bigger and better out there for you. So Six of Air shows me some kind of change or transition here. And I'm looking at these birds here and how they're flying away. And it gives me this vibe of you flying away from those places that kept you stuck metaphorically and freeing yourself from it and going towards an environment that better suits your needs, an environment that actually has the capacity for you to reach those big dreams of yours, whether it is in love, friendship, career, your finances. I just see you having big dreams and I see you wanting to follow your heart. And I see you wanting to escape from situations that make you feel small, make you feel stuck within a place that you know you deserve better. What I will say is people's hearts open up to you quite quickly when they meet you for the first time, some quicker than others, just depending on the person. Though I will say you open up people's hearts in a way because I'm seeing this flower that she's sitting on and I'm seeing it like their heart is opening up, especially if their heart is closed off. I feel like you have that type of energy with the shell that you chose that is very healing, that is healing to the heart especially, because I'm feeling this energy of you being very in touch with your heart. And I'll get into the reading of what people think in a moment. I'm just flowing with this because it's part of the reading. It's like you open up people's hearts like a flower and then they start to open up and start to blossom open. And some of them shut it quite immediately, like a Venus flytrap shut it quite immediately because they don't want it open. And then the Five of Fire is like that internal struggle of, I want to open up my heart, but I'm also maybe fearful of it. I'm also maybe not trusting of it. Like, it's that type of internal conflict. So what I will say is some will vibe with it, some will flow with it, and it will bring a transformation to their heart like a lotus, because you have this effect on people that brings heart healing. And they feel that after meeting you, they feel that after being with you. And you have this effect on people that is quite freeing. Like, I'm seeing their heart in a bird cage and they don't want to open up their heart. They keep it stuck within that. But now it's like you open up that bird cage and free their heart. So you have this quite freeing effect on people where, especially in their heart space, where they start to free up whatever was stuck inside there, whatever is no longer meant to be there, and create this cleansing of the energy, regeneration, and transformation. But I think you have that effect on people because you are someone that is always transforming, always changing, always growing. And with the Six of Air and Pluto, Pluto is the planet of intense transformations. I think it's related to Scorpio energy, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really that regeneration. I'm seeing you as a butterfly, continuously transforming, continuously shedding your skin and growing new skin. And because of this, with the Six of Air, I think you are always changing and always transitioning in a way where when people do get to know you and meet you for the first time, they think you're this person, and then the next time they see you and you're a completely different person. Or sometimes they come into your life and they see you as this person and they only get to access this version of you because maybe you're bringing some kind of transformation in their life, and then the connection is short-lived, and then later maybe they try to get back in contact with you and maybe you do too, but nothing ever progresses because it was meant to only be short-lived. You were meant to open up their heart and activate their heart chakra in a way, heal their heart chakra in a way, and open it up for them to go to their own transformation. Because I see some souls are drawn to you for a purpose and for a reason, whereas others stay in your life longer when they're meant to. But some come in, very short-lived, where they have a specific purpose, and once you fulfill that purpose, they go on their own way. I'm hearing that song by High School Musical. I gotta go my own way. I'm also seeing the Sippy Cup music video from Melanie Martinez, I think. I think it's that. Let me just check. Oh yeah, it is, but I'm not sure why I'm seeing that music video. I'm not seeing her sing anything, but I'm just seeing her with a sippy cup in my mind's eye. Interesting. The song has a very raw, real side to it. She talks about very triggering topics in the song, which is understandable that I'm hearing that because we have Pluto. And when I think of Pluto, it's sometimes also that unconventional. It's like bringing more of the darker energies to the surface to be cleansed so that we don't have to keep sweeping it under the rug. That's kind of like what Pluto means to me. Sometimes it's a little bit unconventional, and it's a little bit, I'm trying to find the right word. It's a little bit intense to look at. But Pluto brings transformation, and Pluto shows us where we're not noticing something. And in that song, she talks about triggering topics, but it's very real things that happen in the world. So I feel like sometimes getting into the reading with Sippy Cup, it's like you sort of bring people to their childlike state. And I guess maybe these aren't conscious thoughts they have, but I'll explain what their thoughts are in a moment. But I guess maybe this is kind of like the effect you have on them in the first time. So Sippy Cup is like you bringing them back to their childlike state, and maybe bringing a regeneration or transformation to their childlike state, especially if they have a wounded inner child. And it's sort of like opening up their heart chakra and clearing out and freeing their heart chakra of whatever is no longer meant to be there. I'm seeing black soot in the heart to represent, pain, things in our heart, the things we no longer need there, and that releasing. And it's interesting because we have black tourmaline here, which is a crystal that protects us and clears away negative energy. So it's like you are a clearer of negative energy within their hearts. Whatever pain they have in their hearts, whatever darkness they have in their hearts. And darkness doesn't have to mean something bad, but it could be anger, it could be resentment, it could be pain that has not been integrated or healed. It could be anything like that. So it could even be things other people have done to them. And it's like you free them of that. So it's very interesting, this effect you have on people. That's what I'll say. So, actually getting into what people think, I think it has to do with some of this. So people think that you're someone that has an intensity to you and your energies. You have this very intense yet mysterious vibe to you. You're very transformative. I'm seeing Pretty Little Liars, the main character, when she kind of disappeared and everyone was looking for her and no one knew where she went. You have that type of vibe where I'm like, I'm here now and I'm gone, and I'm seeing like a magician, vanish almost. So it's kind of like you're here in people's lives for a moment and then you're gone. And just as they're getting used to you and opening up your heart, you're gone. But to them, they don't always understand. That's maybe why I was seeing Sippy Cup, because it's like a part of them, the inner child is. I'm seeing like Melanie Martinez and her the sippy cup and like throwing a tantrum almost. So I'm seeing it like their inner child is throwing a tantrum where it's like, I just opened up my heart to this person, now they have to leave. But I don't think you actually are leaving. I think you just serve a purpose for them in that moment. And when you meet people, I think you bring out a lot of things within them that are meant to be brought to the surface, like the lotus flower here. You bring them through an intense transformation. So people sometimes may get triggered by you in your first meeting if they have a lot to work on within themselves, or if they just have a lot of inner pain and trauma that they haven't looked at, that they've swept under the rug. Some may not get triggered by you. Some may like this energy you have and really feel a vibe with you. Some may kind of flow with the energy but kind of fight it at the same time, or try to resist it in some way. And I guess it just depends on the person. But I'm feeling like you sort of bring a release in people, and that's what they feel around you. I think people more so tap into the feelings around you rather than thoughts, because I think you're someone really connected to your own feelings, to the flow of your own feelings. I'm feeling the sacral chakra energy, and I'm feeling like a blockage in other people on the left side, and the left side is our feelings, it's our spirituality. The sacral chakra also has to deal with emotions sometimes. So even the moon, I feel like you're very connected to your own feelings and emotions. You're very in tune with that and the flow of those cycles. And what we know about water is it can't stay stagnant or stuck in one place. It has to always flow. And that is you. You're always flowing. You're always moving through your cycles. So when people are around you, if they are stuck or stagnant and holding that water, holding those emotions stuck in one place, it's like you bring the release and the flow of that. And if they're not ready to look at that, which I think they are, if they're in your presence, if they're ready to meet you, they're ready to look at that. They try to keep those emotions stuck, and I'm feeling it in my sacral chakra, almost like a blockage for them. And then it's almost like you sort of remove that blockage for them energetically without realizing. And then I see them thinking, what's happening to me? Like, why am I feeling all these intense feelings around pile number 2? So, like I said, people don't think too much around you, they more so feel. And it's like I see them feeling all these things and feeling like, why are all these feelings coming up? And I see them trying to hide those feelings with the moon, because the moon can sometimes be something hidden. I see them sometimes trying to hide those feelings and stay strong. Like I'm seeing someone almost cry, but like they're trying to keep those tears in, or they're trying to look okay, and it's like they're fighting against that feeling. It's sort of like people feel a little bit emotionally vulnerable with you when they're around you for the first time. It's sort of like emotionally naked, and I think you have this very safe presence to people. You make people feel very safe within their emotions. But some that are not comfortable with their emotions, I guess they they need to find that journey on their own. Especially like if they are not comfortable with their own emotions, if they fight with their own emotions, resist their own emotions rather than flow with it. I think it's very triggering to be around you. Not that you're a triggering person, but just because your energy is so healing, it brings things up to the surface. And if they're not ready to look at that or do that inner work on themselves, they can't necessarily be around you because they're not ready to meet you at that level. Yet those that are ready to do the inner work, because you're so protected, this is not you, my pal twos, this is them. So because you're so protected, it's like people almost go on an initiation when they meet you. I don't know why this is coming through so spiritual, but you must be really spiritual if it's coming through like this, because this was meant to be a more light-hearted reading, but I like this. Because your energy is so protected, spirit is very careful of who gets to be around you. I'm hearing that song, If You Want to Be My Lover, by Spice Girls. So it's like, if you want to be around Pal 2, you have to do the inner work. You have to heal your subconscious emotions. You have to look within. You have to transform like the lotus, bloom like pile number 2 is blooming. If you want to be around pile number 2, you have to have that strength. Because you're so protected, because I feel you're a very special and unique soul, that you have a strong purpose within this lifetime and a strong spiritual side to you, strong spiritual gifts too. So naturally, because you also have that strong purpose, you're going to be very protected within this lifetime. But I feel within the beginning of your life, you may have had certain people where they weren't able to meet you there. Where there's this reader I watched, Lexi the Leo, she's one of my favorite readers, where she speaks about like if people aren't able to meet you at your depths and swim to the depths of the sea with you. I think she always says that in the water pile. I'm part of the water pile. And if they're not able to meet those depths with you, then why should you go to the surface with them? You get what I mean? And it's like, if people aren't willing to do that with you, then they're not willing to be in your life. They're not ready to be in your life. And I think that's why certain people have fallen away from your life, especially people that are in this energy of conflict with the 5 of fire, in this energy of like not wanting to open up their hearts and create a healthy love. Because I think people that are in that energy are more so in that Mars energy. And it's not to say that Mars ruled people are like that, because I have an Aries rising and I have a Scorpio Mars, and I'm not like that at all. I don't like conflict at all. But when we look at the energy, Mars is the planet of war and aggression. But that's the negative aspects of Mars. But if you become an evolved soul, you can move past that. You know what I mean? And not be like that, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like unevolved souls that are in that Mars energy. It doesn't have to be Aries or Scorpio, but just in that Mars energy of war and aggression and conflict and anger. They can't be around you because it's not an energetic match, because you're so protected. So in terms of what they think, it's kind of like this internal struggle of like, I'm feeling so much. Why am I feeling so much? Like, especially if they're not ready, if they feel they don't have the strength or courage to feel or to look at that, then I see other people flowing through those feelings and feeling this intense feelings in them, and then regenerating within that and feeling safe within your presence to let that out. So if you ever have certain people you meet, because your healing energy is so healing, some people may just open up about their lives and talk about their pain, talk about things they've been through. I don't know, like this, I don't want to make this reading too long, but I'm just getting so many messages. I've had this certainly at times, and it actually opens up my mind, your reading, because I feel like my energy is very similar to yours, where I go to like a party or something, and then people will start being in conflict all of a sudden. And it's not like I'm causing that conflict, but they've been holding on to those feelings of anger all this time. So now they're letting it out. Or I'll be around people and they'll start telling me about their feelings and their past, and they're a stranger and we've just met. So you'll get people get very comfortable and safe around you if they're comfortable with their emotions, where they feel safe in front of you with the Queen of Earth. I feel like you trigger feelings in people rather than thoughts. And it's like they'll feel safe in front of you and they'll start talking about things that have happened in their life. And through that, they release. And then you'll be like, why are they telling me about personal things? Like, you won't quite understand it. But then I see it like that, where with the moon, people feel like they can be vulnerable with you. People feel like they can open up to that deeper, um, more emotional side to them. It's like their true emotional side starts to come out and starts to flow out, and even their subconscious emotions. The moon is sometimes the hidden parts of us too, like the hidden parts of us we don't usually show or illuminate to the world. But it's like they're able to illuminate that to you because you feel like a safe space. So I see people maybe even thinking like, if you do give them advice or words of wisdom, that you're so wise, that how do you have so much wisdom? Because it's like people kind of see you as an old soul within a young person's body. Or even when I say young, it doesn't mean you have to be a young person, but like I'm seeing someone that is maybe 40, for example, and they have so much wisdom where it's like people would think your soul has the wisdom of an 80-year-old, or or something about you looks more youthful because you're very connected to your inner child. But then I see maybe someone being 20 and having the wisdom of a 40-year-old. Does that make sense? So I'm seeing it like that, and people think you're quite an old soul. People think there's something very dreamy and otherworldly about you. People think you're very mysterious and intense, but at the same time, you bring out a lot of feelings and your true authentic self in the world. You don't mind showing the more vulnerable parts of you, but I think you're also very protective of your energy, and you don't show that too quickly until you get to know the person, and until things change and the connection grows stronger. Otherwise, it feels a little bit unstable to show those more vulnerable parts of ourselves, because I think you do have that self-protection, but people also think you're very grounded when they first meet you. So you're somehow very ethereal and otherworldly, but you're also very grounded, and it's like very stable within yourself, within the earthly realms too. People may think there's something quite bougie about you. I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles, and very nurturing too. And people will also think things like you are almost like holding up a light to them and helping them see things from a higher perspective with the giraffe. With the Page of Water, I'm really getting, it's like people see you as very playful. People see you as, like I said earlier, a dreamer, where they also become very inspired by you because you go after your dreams and you dream big. But you also take action towards that with the Queen of Earth to make it something physicalized. And you're always following your heart and going towards what you love. People see you as just a very loving person. They think you're just a very, very loving, flowy, free-spirited person when they first meet you. And you don't take life too seriously. That's what I'm really getting here. But you also hold up a light of inspiration to others, based on your own healing journey. When they get to know you deeper and get to know the more vulnerable sides of you, they start to see your strength and start to see how powerful you are. I think people see your powerful side when they first meet you, and sometimes there could be power struggles with that, where people see your potential before sometimes you may see it yourself. But then there are also other times where people see your power, but it comes through very gentle at the same time. and very nurturing at the same time. People see you and think of you as a very deep person when they first meet you. Like, you're very deep and you're very intuitive. And when people sometimes think thoughts that are not in vibrational alignment with you, I see you feeling that feeling of being a Nemo and almost like wanting to get away from them. So if you ever speak to people and you feel like I need to get away, like it's because they're having thoughts that are not in alignment with your energy. It doesn't mean they're bad people, it just means it's not in alignment. It could literally be anything. I see some thinking like they have thoughts of crushing on you or like thinking you look very dreamy. I see some looking at you, and if they have a crush on you or if they're romantically interested in you, I see them trying to listen to you speak, but then just like being so daydreaming about you while you speak, like staring at you and almost daydreaming about you. And I see others just thinking how loving you are, how sweet you are. Um, yeah, this is what I have for you, pal, too. Sorry that this was like all over the place, but I get that you make people feel more than think. So I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number threes. If you chose this homemade soul crystal and the star card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what do people think when you meet them for the first time. So we're starting your reading at 111 on the clock. This shows me that this reading is going to be very divine. So please be aware this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. We're going to be using the Good Tarot as well as the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. But before we get into your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear, so even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is up to $99 in savings. Go to trykeen.com/psychic siren tarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic siren tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So there's something about you, my pile number threes, that takes people's breath away. Firstly, I feel people thinking that you're very physically attractive and breathtaking in some way. I almost feel out of breath in your reading. Like, I feel people's energy and them feeling very excited to be in front of you. And they feel so excited that they feel a little bit out of breath and a little bit like, I don't know if you've ever felt that way, like when you're excited to see someone and then you feel a little bit out of breath when you talk to them. I definitely feel like that. And I was seeing Donald Duck, so there's something here related to the inner child and you being someone that doesn't necessarily take life too seriously, that has a little bit of this kind of like childlike wonder for the world. I definitely feel like this is my pile of people where people just get very excited to be around you. So, spirit guides on my pile number threes. What do people think when they meet my pile threes for the first time? I'm also seeing a lantern being held up. So there's something about people seeing you as a bright light, which is confirmed by the star. I mean, the star shines bright and has a lot of light. We'll get more into that in a moment. So we have the Page of Earth. We have the Tower. Interesting, because the star comes after the Tower. The healing after the Tower. We have the Six of Air. We have the King of Fire. We have the Ten of Water. We have the Eight of Water. I feel like putting this here. We have the Justice card. And we have the Two of Water. Interesting. Now let's get your Oracle card. So we have the Messenger of Air at the back of the deck. So Spirit Guides of pile number threes. Spirit Guides of pile number threes. What do people think when they meet my pile threes for the first time? So we have Desert Jasper, Vesta, and Resolve, card 32. The Flower Agate card wants to pop out with Throat Chakra and Expression. And at the back of the deck, we have Ammonite with Palace and Trust. So my eyes are itching as I start your reading. And when my eyes itch in a reading, you know how I have every reader has their own language of spirit. Just like how we have inside jokes with our friends, I always explain it like that. We all have our own language with spirit. The eyes to me, when they itch, it's like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't believe what's in front of me. You know, like I see it, but I can't believe it. So there's something about you, like I said, that's breathtaking. I think people think you're very physically attractive, but in the sense of being, yes, physically attractive, but also being someone that has a lot of star qualities to them. So people see you to have a lot of star qualities, and the way people get excited about you is kind of like, it's almost like they're seeing a celebrity and they're getting excited. I don't exactly know how to explain it, but people put you on a pedestal in some way, like pile number one, but in a different way where it's like, I want to reach the star in the sky, but I can't necessarily reach that. So people, like I said, see you as someone that shines bright. I'm hearing the song. So it's called How You Feel by Destroy Lonely, where he says, and you shine brighter. than all the stars that decorate the night sky. And he says something like, something way like, I look at you and I look away mesmerized. So there's something very mesmerizing about you. There's something about you shining bright and being someone that stands out and is noticed by others, even strangers, like even if they're not necessarily talking to you. I definitely feel like people in general, when they see you, like strangers and people in general, they're very drawn to you because of that. And there's this feeling of some people crushing on you, even with the Two of Water and the King of Fire, maybe wanting to talk to you or come up to you and like ask you on a date to flirt with you or something like that. But I also see some people with the Eight of Water and the Tower, because you're someone that shines so bright like a star, they may sometimes feel like you're out of their league, where they walk away before they even try because they know that they don't meet up to, well, this is their perception. Maybe they could, but this is just their perception. If their perception is limited, then that's them. That's on them. But I see them thinking like, I wouldn't meet pile number 3 standards. So that's that. I think a lot of people do crush on you, and I think a lot of people do think they're romantically interested in you and, want to give you love in some way, because I mean, this King of Fire card, he's giving his heart. So it looks like that. And the song by Destroy Lonely says how you feel, and he talks about being mesmerized by her. So there is definitely a romantic energy here, whether it be your own romantic partner if you're in a relationship, or people you've gone on dates with, or people that have just seen you and been crushing on you, or just were attracted to you in some way. There is definitely that feeling here. So, what I want to say from your pile, what people think when you meet them for the first time, they think you're very physically attractive. That's something that's very big here. Like the rose, you have this beauty to you, but you may also smell good, because I'm thinking of this rose here and going up to the rose and smelling it. So you have that type of energy. You have this very feminine, graceful energy to you. And you also have a beautiful heart, which is what people see very quickly when they get to know you. I think you have a very trustworthy face and a very trustworthy aura and presence that people naturally warm up to you very quickly and start to open up their heart to you very quickly. Maybe not in the biggest way, but with the Two of Water here, this is definitely a card of love. So there is an energy here of like people opening up their heart to you very quickly and trusting you very quickly. But you also just have a trustworthy presence and a very warm and safe feeling to you. I'm also seeing people may start to very quickly see that you are a gift or a blessing. To even be in your presence is a gift or a blessing. And I'm not just saying this to say it, but I'm saying this because, I mean, in this Eight of Water card, we have this treasure chest full of pearls. And you also chose this crystal. I had no idea why I was drawn to using it, but it is a crystal my boyfriend gave me as a gift because it's very sentimental. So I see it as like you are a gift, you are a treasure to others. So I think people realize that very quickly, especially if they get to form some type of connection to you. They see that you're someone to be valued, you're not someone to be played with or messed with. I think people very easily see that you have strong boundaries and that you definitely protect yourself and speak your truth. But I think people immediately start to see that you're not the one to mess with. You're not one to take for granted. You are that treasure. And if they're not going to appreciate that treasure, then they should just leave with the Eight of Water. I get that vibe from you. Like people almost feel and think that if they don't come to you with the right energy, then you're very strong within your boundaries and you will tell them to leave. And you don't care. And it's not like you're being rude. I just think you have strong boundaries with the Justice card and you speak your truth. We even had the Messenger of the Air at the back of the deck. So you're very comfortable or confident with speaking your truth, even if you're still learning to. So people definitely see that. People see the protective energy you have over your heart, because your heart is the most valuable thing. It is treasured. It's like that beautiful pearl treasure. And only those that deserve it get to experience it, because your heart is sacred. So people start to see you as a very loving person. People start to see you as someone that should be treasured and valued. And I think people see that immediately in you. That's something they see immediately, but I'm also picking up on with the Eight of Water, like certain relationships you've had in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic, but certain people you've had in your life where you met them for the first time and maybe they didn't see your value or they didn't see that at first. When you do eventually leave them, and I feel this is past energies, when you did eventually leave them, then they started to see the treasure. Then they started to realize they took you for granted. I feel like people feel very happy with you in front of you. Like I said, very excited to get to know you, very excited to see you. People feel warmth from your energy, and people feel like you're just very warm and inviting and open. People feel like when they start to get to know you, they think that you're someone with a very uplifting energy, with a very inspiring energy. Like I said before, I said I saw a lantern being held up. So it's like you're that lantern, you're that light to others, and others are looking at you as an inspiration, because I think people have seen you reach certain things within your life where it wasn't exactly easy with the Tower and the Six of Air. It was very challenging to get there, but the journey transformed you in some way. And this could be in your love life, this could be in your career, your finances, your goals, your hobbies. There's something about you that is inspiring to others and the journey you've been on. Because I think you have had a lot of transformations and changes and twists and turns in your journey that you didn't quite expect. But they always did justice to your soul in the end. Like maybe not always, because sometimes things just happen to us and sometimes negative things happen to us and there isn't necessarily a reason, because life is a mixture of the mystical and the mundane. We live in a physical world and sometimes things just happen, but I'm talking about sometimes divine intervention happens and we don't always understand why, but later on we find out why and we see it was a blessing in disguise. So there are certain situations you've had in your life like that transformed you and led to something better, led to something um that actually led to more of what you dreamt than what you could possibly dream. I hope that doesn't sound like a riddle, but it's like sometimes we reach things in our life where we're dreaming this specific thing. Meanwhile, our spirit guides have something even bigger for us. So I see people looking at you in your life journey like that. Even if you haven't met or reached a lot of your dreams yet, I think people see the star qualities within you and people see the inspiring qualities within you already, within your journey and how you've reacted to certain situations in your journey, even challenges and things that went wrong, where I really feel like sometimes things didn't go the way you planned or expected, but you always remain positive and hopeful with the star card, because the star card is always about hope, trust in the universe, even when we don't see physical signs of it, because the star is the mixture of the spiritual realms and the physical realms, and it's 1333 on the clock, and 333 is a number of support from our spirit guides, and it's also a number of expansion and growth. So I feel like you've expanded and grown from those situations, from trusting in the divine, from really pushing through in moments when you thought you would be broken down. and rebuilding yourself back up in some way. And I really feel like because of that, you inspire a lot of people, even if you feel you haven't reached most of your dreams yet, people see the potential of you reaching that. So I think you have just a very inspiring and uplifting and hopeful energy to you that people see in you. I think a lot of people feel happy to be around you. They feel very excited to be around you. They think very happy thoughts, very exciting, very positive thoughts. I think a lot of people, like I said, trust you openly and start to, let you in a little bit more than just the average person when they meet you for the first time. I see people thinking and wanting to get to know you more, wanting to talk to you more, wanting to understand you on a deeper mental level. But sometimes there's this feeling of like you're the star up in the sky and I just can't reach you because you're so high up. I hope that makes sense. I think people see you as someone that doesn't take life too seriously, but then at the same time, you do have a grounded perspective to you. And people see you as someone like here with this water bearer energy that pours into others, that really nurtures and nourishes others. And since we have this card opposite Desert Jasper, I'm thinking of that story I said to one of my picker card readings where the person was walking through the desert metaphorically and they were searching for the water. I think it was pile 3 in one of my readings not so long ago. Can't remember which one. And it's kind of like that with people when they see you because it's almost like they're thirsting for you a little bit, not in a weird way, but they're thirsting for the love, whether it be a friendship or whether it be romantic. A lot of people feel like they want to reach you on your level, and a lot of people think like, I crave to be around pile number 3. I crave to have pile number 3 nurture and pour into me the way I see them doing that to others close to their heart. So I think a lot of people crave to be in your circle and want to be around you and sort of feel like they have been in the desert all their life and now you're pouring water onto them. So I think that could mean something to different people here, but there's just something about you meeting people's emotional needs where maybe they haven't had that met before. I think a lot of people, when they meet you, they do want to be in your circle and they do want a long-term kind of connection with you with the Ten of Water, whether it be platonic or romantic. I think a lot of people do want you in their lives when they meet you at first. I'm seeing some where there is an energy here of them. I don't know how to explain this energy with the Tower and the Eight of Water. Spirit, please explain it to me in a way I can understand. Okay, so Spirit is showing me a light bulb moment, which is an idea. So maybe you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about, or maybe you have good ideas where I feel it's kind of like people, let's say they don't treat you right in the first meeting or they give a bad first impression, because I'm seeing a DJ and he's DJing, right? And maybe he plays the wrong song first and then people are like booing him on stage. Then he's like, wait, let me get a second chance. So I'm seeing like maybe where people don't instantly treat you right at first on the first meeting, or where they're a little bit standoffish or cold, or where they maybe have a bad first impression. I see them kind of being like, wait, before you leave, treasure, let me show you. Like, let me get a second chance. I don't know. I guess I'm seeing that where they want to resolve something with you. Where they're like, please give me a second chance. So this is what I have for you, Pile 3. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Please also don't forget to check out Keen, link to my description box below, and then I'll see you next time. Bye!